This question is so popular. It's a question I get all the time from my students. It's a question I get all the time from you guys. It's a question that I just see a lot and hear a lot of. So I'm here to answer that question, which is, how do I know when to switch registers? How do I know when to sing in head voice or chest voice or mixed voice? And I'm here to answer it. So before I do, I want to just say thank you to all my subscribers. I can't believe we made it over 1,000 in way less time than I thought it would take, which is crazy. If you haven't subscribed yet, click down below. It means a lot. I post videos every Friday. And if you really want to help me out, I am still not monetized on YouTube yet. But if you want to financially help me out, because man, that would make me feel special and it would help me keep this channel going, you can go down below and click the link to purchase the Sing Smarter Toolkit. It costs less than the cost of one voice lesson with me, and it's 2.5 hours of tutorials and warm-ups and practice guides and ways to build a solid foundation for you as a singer. It's self-paced, it's DIY, it's good to go. And if you want it, you can click it right down below and it's all yours. And thank you to those of you who have already purchased the class. I really appreciate you. Your support means so much. It makes me feel so special. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. When do I use certain registers? There's something to be said about the respective registers that we have throughout our range, where the lower part of our range is in chest voice, the mid part is typically a mix, and then the high part of our range is head voice, right? Or falsetto. And it's in the transition periods between those registers where we have a lot of room to play with our voice. So when people are like, how do I know when to switch? Part of it is being familiar with your voice, which comes with practice and comes with time, of knowing where in your voice and where in your body you feel that shift happen. But it's also, one, knowing if it feels easier to sing in one register or another, depending on where you are in your range. And two, if it makes musical sense. Is it the musical sound you want to go for? So the first one is kind of simple. Like, if it feels good in your voice to sing that way, then sing that way. But if it doesn't, if it feels off, that means you might need to change your register a little bit. Maybe you're singing in head voice and you really should be mixing instead of just head voice. But let's focus on the second question I wanted you to think about, which is this what I want musically? If it's not what you want musically, you've got to just switch it up and experiment with things. There's something to be said about having a musical vision in your mind with what you want to sing. And let me give you an example. I say this because it will completely shift the tone and mood of the song if you sing it in a different register. And that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's going to be different, okay? So, for example, top 40 hit would be like Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, okay? So if I sang Abracadabra in head voice, it's going to have a very different feel than the mixed compressed voice that she's using. So let me sing Abracadabra in head voice. Abracadabra, amorunana, abracadabra, motahugaga. So I kind of flipped into mix at the end. You kind of hear the difference though, right? Abracadabra, amorunana, in a tongue she said. That song is so catchy, but you get the point. So mixed voice adds a very different feel to it than head voice. Head voice is too nice. It's too clean cut. It's too proper. You want some of that grit that chest voice can provide. Something else to keep in mind is knowing the strengths and weaknesses of the different parts of your range. So or rather different registers. So you have chest voice, which sits very low. It's not the fastest moving register. Like, it's hard to sing quick notes in quick succession with chest voice. It's not very agile, but it's very warm and rich and lush and can be gritty and have just a lot of depth to it. Head voice, on the other hand, is very agile. You can move very quickly with it and do lots of riffs using a little bit of head voice in there, which is why if you mix head voice in, you can typically do all those great riffs that they do in R&B, you know? But it's a lot lighter. It's a lot more floaty and airy and breathy. And it's crystalline. It's not as full-bodied as chest voice. And that's why mixing is something that I highly recommend you learn how to do, which if you don't know how to do it, drop below. I will make videos about it if you want me to, but you gotta let me know. So drop that in the comments. Hope this helps. And I hope this answers your question about when to use a different register. It's again, just based on those two things. If it's easier to sing in one register over another, and if it makes musical sense. So I will see you next Friday. If you have any other questions or video ideas, drop them down below. Otherwise, happy singing. Bye.